Buddy, how we doing? Welcome to episode 3 of The Time Is Now. We are here. It is Monday the 20th. This morning I was 113.9 kilos. My clenbuterol is in. My yohimbine is in. Oh, my growth hormone isn't. Need to put my growth hormone in. My black coffee. Caffeine, yohimbine, growth hormone, clenbuterol, a synergy of fat loss, a synergy of chemicals that improve fat loss. Clen and yohimbine, beta and adrenergic receptor blockers. They're going to go in and block those receptors. What normally binds to those receptors? Adrenaline, noradrenaline, things that get bound up that prevent fat loss. Not prevent fat loss, but make fat loss a little bit harder. So if we can go in and block those receptors, free up noradrenaline and adrenaline, you're going to have more ability to increase fat loss. We combine that with growth hormone, which is essentially going to dump a little bit of carbohydrates into your blood. You are more likely to burn through incident carbohydrates in order to get to those fat stores pretty quickly. As you can see, I'm definitely getting a little bit leaner here. Last year I was looking at some pictures, it was about 107 or 8 where I was like, I am fucking peeled right now. So give me 2 or 3 kilos, time to bike. That's how bloody quick my legs go. Resistance is high, 140 BPM. You gotta smash it on these days. Sorry about the bounce. Physical 100 on Netflix. We're about 18 minutes in, 2 minutes left. 15 minutes post-workout, baby, let's go. Right, guys, so meal 1 is going to be probably my favorite meal. Obviously, because I'm so hungry in the morning. I've been having 6 of these Hex chicken sausages. 6 of these works out about 30 grams of protein, which is incredible. I put 60 grams of this lightest Philadelphia. If you're not using this and you're a hungry person, you want to use this because it just adds so much to a meal in terms of flavor, but just not the calories that you think is going to come in. So into our carb cupboard, I'm going to do bagel thins. So I was always doing normal bagels in the off season, obviously, because they're like each bagel is double the carb, 45 carb. These are 25 carb. So I get 50 carb from bagels. There's also a little bit of protein in here. I count all of my protein, obviously trying to get as much as I can from total proteins or complete proteins. Complete proteins are mostly going to come from animal products. So the chicken is going to be a complete protein. So 2 bagels, we've got 6 chicken sausages, we've got 60 grams of Philadelphia. I then have, and this is the debate will go on, one of these bananas, which now are perfect. I have these right here, and they say about bananas, like put the right ones next to them to make them this color quicker. I honestly don't want to eat that. This is what I want to eat. So 1 banana, I have 1 jazz apple. I don't weigh the apple, I don't weigh the banana. I just always try and just get like the same size ones. And if they're a little bit off, I'm not going to throw a big deal about it because it's consistent and it'll wear itself out. Has everyone else been playing the new Harry Potter game? Oh my god, I'm addicted. It is like everything you could ever imagine. Next meal, super easy meal. There is something to be said for just enjoying your fucking food, right? I love these chocolate rice cakes. I love them. 3 of them, 250 calories. Is it worth it? Probably not to a lot of people, but to me, it's absolutely fantastic and I'm gonna eat it. 50 grams of protein from this Lindahl's raspberry yogurt. I like this because I can just eat this slowly over like 10-20 minutes and it's kind of like really filling. And then just 5 Tesco rice cakes, which are like 5 carb each, so 25 carb. That's going to be 81 carb for this meal, 15 fat from the chocolate pretty much, and then 56 protein. It's not like the most nutrient dense meal. And that is fine. That's okay. You don't have to have the most nutrient-dense foods all the time as long as you're covering it elsewhere. I have all my vitamins, my minerals, I have a greens drink. I also try and get veggies across every other one of my meals. I also just had apple and bananas, like fruit. So doing the best that I can. Not perfect. Meal 2, pre-workout meal. Let's go. So this HydroFlow I've been using every day kind of intra-workout. I think being hydrated is one of those low-hanging fruit that people often overlook. And it does so much for you. Being hydrated improves your blood glucose. Being hydrated improves your blood pressure. Being hydrated improves blood flow and pumps. You know, so I have a scoop of HydroFlow. This is from Insight Subs. You can use Josh 10 for discount on any of their site. It's not just one supplement brand, it's loads of them, which is really, really cool. I do a scoop of this intra, I also do a scoop of this post cardio when I've been dripping onto the floor for like 20 minutes straight. So obviously you want to replenish not only water, but sodium, potassium, probably things like taurine as well, magnesium. All of those things play a role in hydration. So very, very key for performance. I have my new Alpha Elite Hydro Drug, which are crazy good. Very expensive, not gonna lie. It's like 55, 60 pounds. Obviously sponsored by Alpha Elite, so they sent it to me for free, but it's unbelievable. But definitely the best drug I've ever used. Pre-workout is in as well. That's all we're gonna take.
11, yeah? I don't know what's going on. It depends on it, bro. It depends, man. You know, that's
Yep. One more. One, mate. So a few things you guys will notice about that cuff clavicular fly as I jump off it. Number one, the daisy chains. The daisy chains are in there so we can get in a safe start position and also finish safely. The last thing you want to do is have super far to drop that back and potentially hurt your shoulder. Secondly, cuffs. Why cuffs? Increase that proprioception. They actually reduce the force in the joint of the shoulder joint, which is a huge mover in the pec. So why put as much pressure as you would do in a press through it when you could do with a cuff? It makes much more sense to use the cuff. So we use the cuffs here. If you want to use them, my company makes them. One on my shop, try them out. If not, no worries. But trust me, it's good. Come on. Good. Dig it. Up. Oh, that's regressions today. That's few regressions there. And basically the way I manage those is honestly take as minimal regression as physically possible. So normally I have 5 plates on the side of that Smith squat there. I had to just take the 5 plates off because I got 5 last time. I know that I don't want to be finishing anywhere lower than 8. Really I want to be finishing at like 8+. So took the 5 plates off knowing I wanted to finish high on that rep range. Still only got 8, which is not great, but I'm going to try and fight for another one next week. And then the back off, I think just because where you can't expect to lift the same weight as when you were 8-9 kilos heavier, more body weight around your core, more stability. So you can't expect to lift the same. So I had to take that tactical drop, but on the back off, still got it because it's relatively still okay to my body weight. We can at least take the max reps there. Working on these arms. Been working on these arms a lot, still hitting my arms Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So 4 times a week we're hitting arms just to try and split that across the week and get as much recoverable volume in there as possible. When I say recoverable, I obviously mean enough volume so that I can progress again in future. There's no point just doing stupid amounts of volume that doesn't allow you progression. It means you're doing too much, you're building too much of a fatigue deficit. So splitting it over the week, get even more volume in. So that is a session done. Now I do this second bout of cardio, which is 15 minutes post-workout. So I do 20 minutes obviously in the morning because I can really kind of hammer it for 20 minutes. So if I was to do the full 35 minutes in the morning, that second half of it, that 15 minutes at the end of it, sorry, it's just so difficult. And I know that I can get more out of that second half if I tag it here. So if I go to 40 minutes, I'll split it like 20-20, 45 minutes, 25-40, 25-20, and so on, just so I can get more out of it. And then I go straight into steps afterwards to keep my heart rate even higher. A few prep hacks for you, keep your heart rate higher. Let's go. Yeah, man. That's that post-workout meal. So fucking hungry. I've been planning to do consult calls for my online coaching. By the way, I'm an online coach. If you want online coaching, link in the description box. I've been doing online coaching discovery calls. They're free. And I've been setting them up so that they are at the time that I need to eat. So I come in, put this in the air fryer, sit down and do it. Distracts me from being hungry. And then by the time I get off the call, food's ready. 400 grams of potato, 180 grams of chicken. That's it. Low fat, high carb meal. High protein. We are here. The time is, I thought we'll talk about meal timing as I have another little ingestion of something. Fanta, 0 calorie orange. So the time now is 4:20. What are the odds? So first meal, I have about 9:30. So sorry, the first meal I have about 9. Second meal I have about 11:30. Third meal is about 3:30. Fourth, I have like a snack about 4:30, 5. I will then eat my main meal at 6:30. 6-ish, and then I'll have a final meal at 8:30. So really, every 2.5 to 3 hours, I'm trying to eat a pretty good amount of protein, minimum of 20 to 30 grams, because we're trying to get 2 grams of leucine, a very, very key amino acid building block of protein synthesis. So regular protein feedings throughout the day, with our biggest amount of carbohydrates post-workout. Those 400 grams of potatoes is about 80 carb. Usually I'd say put a bit more post-workout, but I'm really enjoying the split of my food at the moment, so I'm just sticking to that. Meal timing, you don't have to do it, but you will benefit from having carbohydrates pre-workout. You will benefit from having carbohydrates post-workout. You will benefit from eating, high enough protein at regular enough intervals throughout the day. So I wouldn't worry about it loads, because the overarching thing is calories in versus calories out. But is there optimal within calories in, calories out? Calories in versus calories out? Yes, I think there is. So there's that. I'll see you at the next meal. So 22:05, 4:45. Well, my only snack of the day. I realised I only had carbohydrates left for the day, so I've just gone for 6 more rice cakes. Why rice cakes? Because it's just like something slow to eat. I enjoy the crunch sometimes when you're dieting and you've got a lot of hunger. All you want is the crunch. So that's 100% what I'm going to do. Also just allows me to work, not cook anything. I can eat something and I can eat it quickly as well. So a little bit of efficiency here. This is literally just like 40 carb. Nothing much. And this will just tide me over until about 6:30, and in between that time, I'll go and get the rest of my steps, which is about 3,000, so maybe a 25-minute walk or so, and then we'll be back for the next meal. So guys, wrapping up with the last bit of food that we'll ingest today. There's another 82 carb and 50 protein. So I've got a mug cake. Mug cake, you saw how I do it, just mix a little bit of almond milk in with it. People make these a lot better than I do, for sure. This is the one that I do. Also, honestly, just alternate a vanilla and a chocolate caramel. This is chocolate caramel, which I'm just gonna eat into. Lovely. Crunchy nut, I usually just alternate cereals, mostly have Cocoa Pops, but didn't have any today, so just crunchy nut. And that's pretty much it. Key ingredient, obviously baking powder of that kind of whey paste that you wanna make before you microwave it. And that finishes a full day of eating on my training days. And I end up about 260 grams of protein, 480 grams of carbohydrates, and about 55 grams of fat. So not the exact macros that I get set out, but I have no issues hitting the calories first, and then mostly protein, and then interchanging carbs and fats here and there where possible. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.